mean, I walked away from that debate. Agostino, I don't know what your thoughts on it were, but like I watched that debate and everyone was like, "Oh, like it's got to be over for Biden." And I go, "Yeah, but I don't think it was that good for Trump either." Like
No.
I everyone I talked to on both sides of the political aisle were like, "Dude, if you rolled out anybody 30 years younger than these two motherfuckers, they'd have my vote tomorrow." Just because like none of them are cogent, none of them have a fucking plan for fixing the country. One guy thinks he's already doing it, and the other guy thinks he did it 4 years ago, and it's still fucking broken.
Yeah, the people
So
who are like anti-Trump, the only thing that they could say about it was like he lied, but none of them are smart enough to tell you what they actually think he lied about. It's just like, oh, he lied about like 30 things we counted. It's like, what was it though? It's they're not actually saying the real reason not to vote for him. They're just saying he lied. You know,
Yeah,
it's
I mean, yeah,
yeah,
100%.
and
it's
they all
crazy,
lie.
man.
They all lie.
Yeah, they all lie, and the difference is like Biden has dementia. Like he has an excuse. He was a scumbag before he had dementia, but now he's just has dementia. But with Trump, I've been, maybe 4 years ago, I've kind of been on the leaning towards Trump. But like in the last couple of years, I don't know, man. Like he doesn't fight maturely. They're both very childish. I can't like be behind either of them.
But he
You know,
also doesn't really like. I mean, he does things enough for you to go, oh, look at this, look at
I
this, he
know.
did that, and then there's just so much shit that you could bring up at any point and be like, well, what about this with Fauci? Why didn't he fire Fauci? Why did he
Yes.
give Bill
Yeah.
Gates $10
Right.
billion? Why did he like nix the banning of selling weapons to Saudi Arabia for what they were doing to Yemen?
I mean, he's
Uh,
got great questions that people wrote for him. He just happens to be able to function better to say them. As where Biden has great questions that people wrote for him, and he's not able to function to say them.
yeah,
Yeah, the problem I have with Trump with the vaccine is like if I were exactly in Trump's position, the honest answer about the vaccine is like, listen, man, of course I rushed it out. I knew that they were trying to use this fucking pandemic to get me out,
Yeah.
and I panicked and I pushed the vaccine and I did what I thought I had to do to try to get the country back up and running, and it turned out to be the wrong decision. If that motherfucker could say that on television, everyone would vote for it. It would be the biggest landslide, but he'll never do it.
We can't
He'll
ever
never.
get that real, right?
Yeah, we had a beautiful vaccine, fucking cured it, and it's like, no, dude. Yeah, it's just, yeah, it's just like, and that's the problem is like not a single one of these guys is ever gonna be like, and the gaslighting, it's like you're getting gaslit from both ends where Trump's like, everything I did was beautiful, and it's like, no, some of it sucked. And then Biden's like, what are you talking about? We got the greatest economy in the world, and it's like, have you fucking been out? Oh, you haven't. You haven't been
no.
outside since 1977.
Right.
And that is the big problem. You have these giant democratic cities that are big cities because there's a lot of money to be made in those big cities like San Francisco, LA, Chicago, New York, and Philadelphia. And those cities alone basically carry the Democrats. And you just have a group. It's like when I said, like, I was talking about Ian Allen Black. Is that his name? Allen Black
Oh,
is
Michael Ian Black.
Michael Ian Black. He's like, yeah, man. It's just like, here's everything wrong with Biden, but I'm still voting for him because
Wow.
better than Trump. It's like you cannot have a functioning democracy if you're not voting for someone just because he doesn't have the letter that you approve of. If you're turning politics into sports, you're voting through emotion.
So
And
it's
like
reality TV.
I've had a family member was like, I was like, yeah, they might pull out Michelle Obama. She's like, I would vote for her 30 times if I could. I go, based on what? Based on what? Why are you voting for? It's like you're turning, and I get it that it's maybe always been that. And I have a comment about that, but you're treating it like it's American Idol. You're just voting for who you like and not who you think is the best.
Based
I'd love.
on how well they were able to hide who they really are.
Uh,
That's all it's based
yeah.
on.
You
This
Yeah, I'd
know,
love
person
to
had a better
see.
PR person than that person. That's why I love them more. And also their genitalia. I'm going to vote for their genitalia.
And their
I'm a
skin
woman,
color.
so I'm gonna or their skin color. I have no idea what their policies are or how they'll handle anything going on right now. But they're black and they're a woman. Like that's
Are
all.
they? I mean, it's kind of
Yeah.
crazy, dude.
Dude,
It's kind.
I would love to see